Alright, in this tutorial we're going to continue down with the leg, but we're going to finish off with the foot. So first thing I'm going to do is go into my side view by hitting 6 on the numpad. So now I'm in my side view here, and I want to continue down with this shape. So what I'm going to do is take this spline here, and it goes straight down the back, and actually, because of the way we've modeled the leg, we have this one. It doesn't really go straight down the back of the leg, but we will use it right here to continue down. This one right here is the one that goes straight down the middle of the leg in the front, and in the back this is the one that we'll use. So let's do that. Let's go to our side view. Just hit A to start adding, and then just start adding a bunch of points here. And we end up right there. So this is what we have for the foot. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually break this, because I can see that this is not really centered, so I'm actually going to divide these two, add in another spline here, and hook it off right there at the end. And then I can move these in slightly. So you see you've got a main center right there. And in this, I'm going to go to my front view, take all of these and just move them over so they're in the middle of the foot, just like that. Alright, so now I'm going to go to my side view here, and what I want to do is start connecting the way that I want splines to run. I want a spline to run from this point to this point, right here, but I don't want this to actually, this is going to be the middle spline going down the middle of my foot, but I want another one that'll go out this way. So I'm actually going to create a spline that goes like this, and then create a spline that goes like this. So if you can see what I did here, let me delete these so you can see actually creating. If I go into my front view here, I'm creating this portion of the foot. Now it's not shaped correctly yet, but what I want to do is just start going to my, select that and go into my top view by hitting 5, and then I want to start just kind of making a shape here. This is kind of what I want a side of my foot to look like, so let's unhide everything. Turn back here. Okay, so what I've kind of done here, let me scoot it back on its Z by holding down 3. Let's subdivide another one by hitting Y here. And move it out on its X. There we go. And this one, you can just keep hitting Y and it will keep dividing it. So I just want to move this out on its X. Let's go into a top view, wireframe, and let's do this. Let's select this spline and this spline here. Go into our top view, and I can take this top one, and by holding down 1 I can start kind of matching up here what I want it to look like. Okay, so now if I hit H to go back, you can see how I've kind of lined all those up. Okay, so now what I want to do is connect these. So I'm going to go here, 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 and there. So you can kind of see what I'm starting to get. I'm going to divide this, and then connect here, here, and here. Go down here to this one, divide it again, and then connect here to here. So now I've got that shape right there. This one I'm going to connect here, here, to here, to here. You can kind of see what I'm starting to do here. I'm going to shaded mode, hitting 0, 5 on the numpad, my toe out here, like this. Now this one I want to come straight down right here. I'm actually going to divide this and this. Oops, undo that. So now I can come straight from here to here, here, and there. So you can see what I'm getting there. And let's come from this one to here, and then subdivide this spline and move it back in Z, so on 3. And then go over with that. Now this patch looks like it's backwards, so I'm going to select the patch tool and then hit F to flip it after I select it. So now this one I'm going to go here to here to here. Now this is just roughing it in. Go and hit my 6 button to go in my side view and go right here. And then I want to divide this one, and divide this one, and connect them all. And I'm going to hold down 1 to move on the X, and I want to move these bottom ones in just slightly, because I want it to curve in there. There we go. Holding down 1 while I move. So we're looking good. Now this right here, it's a 4-point patch and it's valid, but when you render it, you're going to get a weird crease right there. So what I do is I divide this, move it back by holding 3, and then connect it to this right here. So that way, when you hit Q to render, you see you get a lot smoother situation there. Let's go into our side view, go into wireframe, and then I'm going to select all of these bottom splines here, just like that. Go down to pivot, say Y is 0, and then go down to scale, and Y is 0. That flattened them all out on the Y-axis, so he's actually exactly on the ground where he needs to be. So let's see here. Should be looking better now. Okay, now what we want to do is bring this down this way. I'm going to hit Y here and Y here. Okay, and then split this one and split this one, and we'll go here to here to here. And then we'll take this 5-point patch and create it. And then we can do one of two things here. The way we have it right here, we can just add another one in. But like I said before, when you have a 4-point patch shaped like that, you get a weird looking crease in it. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that point, delete this one, and then I'm just going to hook it right here. So this is a quick way you can do a hook when you've got something like this. You select the spline moving this way, you hit delete, and then you just left click on this and right click at the same time, and it will hook it in. So now I've got a clean foot for geometry. Looks pretty good. So now what we need to do is we need to duplicate this over. So go into my side view here. Actually hit Shift G, that will give you a lasso tool. You can select this whole thing right here. That's what I want. I'm going to go copy, paste, and then say flip x-axis. So now it's like this from the front view. And then just use your N to go into move mode and move it across to right there. And while you still have it selected, hit the H key to hide everything else. Select this spline, hit the comma key, and then hit delete. Now what you've got is you can just go through and start attaching all these. So I'm just going to attach, 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 attach. Okay, and then I can go through here and just attach this on. I can attach this on. Actually, what I want to do is break that one, go back here, just attach it right here, attach right there, and then right here I've got an extra spline sitting right here. So what I want to do is just hook it. Right there, and then you have to recreate your 5-point patch. So just select it, select the whole thing, create it, flip it. Okay, now I've got this kind of misshapen foot that's mirrored on both sides. What I actually want to do, go to my 0 and then start reshaping this foot. I don't want it to come out quite so far on this side. So I want it to be shaped like a foot. Alright, so let's bring these in just a little bit. Bring these ones out a little more. Actually, I want to keep those on this side. Like that. Put this up a bit. Let's scoot this out a bit here. Give him kind of a curve in his foot here. Fix the arch of his foot right here. Now if I wanted to do a little more definition here, I can split these two. Oops. Split those two splines, so I've got it like this. Go back in here in wireframe and just hit Shift K on these hooks. Select these splines and hit Y, and then attach these that were hooks, and then go through, attach this to here, attach this to here, and then split this and then go around this corner. Now if you look, I've got a little bit more that I can work with right here, so I can make this a little thicker, a little better. Then I can also move this back and get a bit more of a better toe design. Alright, so let's move this out, this one out, and this one out. These out slightly. Now this is really simple geometry. I mean, normally you won't be using a 5-point patch that's that big, but this one is pretty good. It's on a flat spot and it renders pretty good. But right here in the corner of the foot. So I think we're good. Looks pretty good from about every angle. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to select all of these splines at the very bottom and hit P to peak them, which means it will just be flat, but that will give him an edge. Oops. That will give it a very definite edge on the bottom of his foot. See how it looks. The reason why I do this is because the way splines work, is this curve right here. If this isn't peaked, this curve will come down and back up to meet this one, and that kind of destroys the flatness of the bottom of your foot. So I just peak all of those, and now he's got a perfectly flat sole of his foot. But I think that's it for the foot. Let's look at it without the wireframe on. It looks pretty good. Let's render it real quick. It's about the same. It's got that kind of ridge going up the middle there. So maybe what I want to do is move a few of these up so it's not quite so tall of a ridge. I don't want to make a flat area, I just want to give it a little bit of thickness to it so it's not so sharp. There we go. Alright, I think we're looking good. So there's the side view. Matched my rotoscope and I'm pretty much there. Let's look at it in non-shaded mode. So there we go. And let's go over here and say save as Will 05. And that's it.